Last time I stripped it, didn't make much progress in 60-degree temperatures. I was using a different stripper, and I'm hoping this stripper will work better in colder temperatures because it's like 50 degrees, which is not cold enough. But I can see that it's starting to work already. So, even though it's pretty cold out, I think this is going to actually do the thing. Because I can see the first coat I put on, which was very thin, has started creating some wrinkly looking stuff. So you can tell I'm kind of being a little bit careful with this. I'm not trying to get it on the inside here where it's painted. I'm trying to keep it nice and clean off of that. So I'm starting by getting the barrel part of the wheel. Keep it off the paint. Keep it off the paint. And at some point I can get these inner pieces, but first we'll get the barrel. Last time I did this with the other stripper, I had to wipe the stripper off the paint, but it was a slow acting stripper, and so plenty of time to wipe off the paint without it stripping the paint off. Now this stuff is a faster acting stripper, but it's cold, so it'll be working slower than normal. Hopefully that'll be good enough for me to be able to get this stuff on, clean it off the paint, and not do any damage to the paint. And hopefully it's warm enough that it'll actually do the job, because that's a questionable thing. I mean, I can see it doing some good. Up a little bit. Alrighty, I think I got it off the paint. Now we'll give that a few minutes. Okay, it's looking pretty blistery. Hopefully I'll be picking up most of it. use some paper towels. Yeah, I'm kind of using my fingernail through the glove, through the paper towel to sort of scrape it up. It's soft enough that your fingernail can scratch it off, but hopefully without scratching the metal. So, to help make all this work, I had to heat up the wheel by leaving it inside the house in my bedroom where it's particularly warm for a couple of days. I don't know if that made a difference or not, but because this stripper is pretty active stripper compared to the citrusol that I use on the other wheels. They afford you a good amount of time, but you have to do it in warmer weather. It's maybe 50 Fahrenheit. Now I'm trying to get in the last good stuff that I can. Stuff that's soft enough. Part here, just so the camera and some of this stuff you see. Actually, a bunch of that stuff came right off. Just a little fingernail action. Alrighty, so still got that we got here, and got to be good about keeping it off the paint. Off the paint. Alright, we'll let that bake on there for a little bit and we'll be back. Okay, I think this one's going to be ready to go. Alrighty, we'll give that some time. Hoopers got unplugged. I might have missed some of that, sorry. But now it's time to hopefully do the final cleanup. Alright, I don't know if it's obvious, but this is another wheel I've worked on. Fix the lip. It's not perfect. I mean, you can feel it's a little lumpy because it had some big deep dents in this one. And there was some scratching here that I fixed up, and a whole bunch in the barrel from doing a poor job of removing it. I've sanded most of that out. And there's still a lot of stripper, or a lot of varnish on here, and that's gotta go. But I want to keep the paint, so gotta be careful. It's okay. Alrighty, hopefully that's still working, and hopefully that's still working. Soon I'll be getting to work. I'm going to go ahead and give it another coat, just to hopefully get it all done in one clean stripping. I'll use the brush to sort of agitate it and work it in. It'll work it. It'll work it. Working it here. Okay, I think I'll work it around some poke areas. Working it kind of quickly so that I can get back and clean up these areas before it strips off the paint. The paint is actually a little bit more durable than this. Don't do that to me. Oh, there goes my light. Alright, I'll work a little faster. Stripper off the precious paint. And wash it with some soapy water. Brush. wash it down. Well, still has a bunch on it. Didn't come off as good as the first one, but I only did one long strip on it. The other one we did like 3 separate strips on it. Anyway, a whole lot better than it used to look, and tomorrow it'll look even better, hopefully. Alrighty, so day 792 or something like that. I don't know, it seems like forever I've been doing these wheels. I don't know if you can see the ones back there. You can't see the ones back there, but I did those a few months ago and then I hurt myself. And I'm just picking it back up. So, still got a little smatterings of clear coat here. It's mostly gone, but there's just little bits of it here and there, and we need to finish that up. We left the stripper and the wheels inside where it's like mostly warm, 70 degrees or so. So they're actually warm, well, relatively warm to the touch compared to outside because it's damn cold out here. Not freezing, but like 50 or less, probably 40 something. Got the Pinsky going in the background because, you know, gotta get the work done. Put on some working music. Kind of like this for working. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not using very much. Just pouring a little bit onto the brush and then brushing it on to the wheel. And I'm only getting the areas where there's varnish. I'm actually trying to not get any in the paint. So the amount of stripper that I'm using is actually pretty minimal. But I want a fairly high buildup on it because I don't want to do this again. I want this to be the last time I strip this wheel. And there's only a little bit left on there, so hopefully gobber some of this good stuff all over the affected places. Not get any of the paint messed up. Paint is actually pretty sturdy. It's 35-year-old paint, and it's held up quite well. And even under, the condition of getting a little stripper on it every now and then, it doesn't seem to be too terribly affected by it. But I'm still trying to be careful not to get any, or keep the stripper off the paint. And if I do get it on the paint, clean it up as soon as possible. So, I don't know if you can see, but that's about how much I'm putting on the brush. And then I apply the brush directly to the wheel. And get a little scrubbing action with the brush going. help agitate the chemicals so that there's fresh chemicals on the affected areas. Also helps move around the varnish so that fresh stripper can get in there underneath the varnish, so it doesn't hurt to try to agitate it up a little bit. I'm going to end up getting the stripper all over the paint in the process of doing this, so I'm going to try to clean it up after I get the stripper covering all of this stuff. Agitate this brush. Well, it looks pretty good, but it's not quite there. There's still a little bit left. Alright, we go again at it. It's already feeling cold, but try to get her done. So that's improvement, but it's not all gone. Still hiding in where there's corrosion. There's still a little more clear coat. It's really hard to get out of there. There we go. Here we go again. Hopefully the last coat. I said the last two coats, didn't I? Alrighty, hopefully the last time I clean this stuff up. Hopefully. It's actually the easiest part. If you do all this really good, and the last part is the easy part. But if you don't do this all good, then the last part doesn't look very good. So, very much like painting. All the work is in the prep. Alrighty, so I think this one's ready for washing. How does she look? Well, pretty good considering. Considering that there is still a lot of work left to do, and considering how they looked prior to this, they were looking pretty rough. However, they're well on their way. Being nice wheels like the other ones. Alrighty, time for a break because my back is freaking killing me. Alrighty, so these are almost done. Still a little bit here. Mostly right in this area it seems. Huge part there. And these guys here, where you can see the oxidation on those areas, so you could use a little bit more stripping. And some of the dirt. Looks like we got some heat scratches and stuff to deal with too. Not much in the barrel, but some in the barrel. And mostly this area and then those edges. So hopefully it won't take too long. It's already taken way too long, so. Alrighty. Oops, that's way too much. Alright, it's looking pretty good. I think I've got most of that clear coat off. Time to wash it. Get it going. This is just some soapy water. Albeit mostly soap. Radio. That's about it. Wash it off. Call her good. Alrighty, how do you like that?